Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Well, we had some nice movements here to the upside. We can now nearly rule out the option that this here is still a wave 4. So what we would have to assume in the short term is that that the low was in here, like with the other cryptos, and that we are either in a larger wave 2 correction, but then we have to assume that this here was a truncated low. Yeah, which I don't really like. I don't really like these truncated lows. So yeah, that's what we have to assume still, because we have the price action afterwards, which would suggest that we completed this move to the downside. The bearish count would suggest that this here was a wave 1 and we're now moving up in a wave 2. At the moment, I can only count, I think, 3 waves here. I think that is my view, that this is only a 3-wave move. So it would be possible, if we go to the lower time frame, it is possible to count it as 5 waves. But at the most, so like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it would be a long wave 4. It does work, yeah, based on this being a triangle, a wave 4 triangle. But again, it is tricky, and we talked before about this difficult chart, which is a bit, yeah, it is weak. Yeah, and to get really clarity about the bullish scenario, as I flagged up for the last couple of months actually, we need to get above that 48.40 level. Yeah, this is a range. We've not been able to break above this level since we got below it on the 26th of May. So it's an important level. We tried it here, retested, came down lower, tried it here, and failed various times. So we need to get above this level. So this could be a wave 2 at the moment, especially as we have a 3-wave move. That is sort of the bearish count, the bearish version. That bearish version would get much less likely if we either get 5 waves, and you can construct 5 waves out of it, but it is a clearer 3-wave structure. So at the moment we don't know yet. In that wave we can push a bit higher. If we get above $43.93, the wave 2 will get less reliable. And that is basically the 23,800 level on the Bitcoin chart, basically. So if we get above that level, it would be rather bullish. Yeah, we can put more emphasis on the bullish count. On the other hand, if we get to see 5 clearer waves, which I can't really see yet, then this could even go bullish earlier. But therefore, what is so important, I think, at the moment is to wait for the nature of the next pullback. That next pullback will determine the next moves, because if the next pullback is impulsive, it will tell us that we're obviously making lower lows, and we would then be looking at accumulating at the end, or I would be looking at potentially accumulating at the end of this 5-wave move. And again, the key support area is here, the $19 to $22 level. So then I just means waiting, yeah, or even shorting the remaining, but that's up to you. In the bullish count, yeah, we completed here a wave 2 correction down, and we are now in a wave 3 to the upside. But also here, if we are in a wave 3 to the upside, we should see an impulse emerge. And in a pullback, yeah, it should be a corrective wave, a 3-wave pullback. And if in a 3-wave pullback we are holding, and this is based on the current high, but if we are holding 32.24, then this is something that would tell us that the next move up could be a wave 3. But for me, honestly, I mean, I know a lot of people have their favorites and everything, but this is a chart for me to, at the moment, not trade, because we are in this bearish range. Really, longer term, you get only the trust into this chart again if we break above that 48.40 level, because below this, it's just numerous possibilities. There are other charts which just give us more confidence at the moment. For example, the Ethereum chart, yeah, it's a clearer structure, and here things are still fairly unclear. But of course, you know, the next pullback could be traded. I'm gonna wait for the nature of the next pullback, but it's the same story on the Bitcoin chart. I'm gonna wait for the nature of the next pullback to make the next moves and to decide my strategy, because that next pullback will give us a clue if we are actually in the big, if the overall low is already in, or if we are gonna head further down. And therefore I think it's best to just wait until the skies have cleared, especially on a day like this anyway, where we've got the CPI data, right? So if this is a wave 2 to the upside, it should get to its end soon and then come down impulsively. And if we make lower lows here, you know, you have some clarity, and you know, you could start to carefully accumulate at lower prices. No financial advice, it's up to you. Again, to the upside, this possible impulse, if it is one, would also come to its end soon and then will pull back in a wave 2 correction. If it's a fairly clear wave 2 correction, not a very shallow one, but a fairly clear one, then it would give us a clue that we have only seen here a first impulse, a wave 2 correction that would move higher in a wave 3, and then that would eventually take us above that 48.40 level. And if we get above that level, then we can expect a larger rally to $58, and if we break that, we get into the 60 range. So at the moment, I think waiting until the skies have cleared, there is a potential this is of course bearish, there's a potential this is bullish, and if you have two conflicting scenarios, it sometimes can be helpful just to wait until one of these has been validated or gets less likely. Unfortunately, you know, as long as we are broadly in this range, as long as this is the case, we just have to be open to different scenarios. But these are the key levels, yeah. We can once more take a look at the fibs, because this is highly relevant in terms of Fibonacci retracements. We've just reached a 50% fib at 39.21. Next fib would be the 61.8 at 41.36, and then here at 44.40, and move above that level would make here a wave 2 very, very unlikely. Okay, and that's my update about Solana. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.